Good evening, Googleverse and Twitterverse. This is Pruitt here. I wanted to do this little video. I'm trying to make it as quick as possible. Um, I'm not here to plug anything I'm working on or anything that I'm involved with right now, but I do want to plug a couple people because one way or another they've affected me throughout my day in a positive way, and also I believe in what they're doing, and I think what they have to offer is worth sharing. And I hope you all can get the same enjoyment and information out of it that I've been getting on a day-to-day basis. They are part of my daily routine, and I'm so glad to have these folks a part of that. This list is really not in a particular order, so I'm not playing favorites, anything like that. And at the end of this video, you can check out the links that I'll put in the YouTube version of this, and be able to link back to these folks that I mentioned and check them out and see what's going on with them. So without further ado, first let me give a shout out to Lamar Wilson, who runs, well, not runs, but he's on YouTube, and his channel is Wilson Tech 1. Lamar Wilson does the Wilson Tech 1 show. It's a vlog where he just has random topical news of the day on little short 2 to 5 minute videos that are always entertaining and pretty daggum funny as well. He's a real interesting guy, just the way his delivery is. He reminds me of my best friend, and it's always really good content. So check him out on YouTube. I know it's pretty good because my hard heads that y'all love so much, they come in here and they're jumping on the Google TV to pull up Netflix, and then they're pulling up the YouTube app, looking at their stuff, and then they're like, okay, Daddy, where's Wilson Tech 1? What did he talk about today? And they're fumbling through it trying to find him, and they find him, and they sit down, and they're loving it, and they're always laughing their heads off at him. So thank you, Lamar, for just those 2 to 5 minutes each day of just giving my kids a little laugh like that, because when they're laughing, it really warms my heart, man. Next, Lauren Feldman, sticking with YouTube. Lauren Feldman, he's part of 1938news.com, but he's also working on a project called So Me. What that stands for is social media. He's doing a movie here that's going to be released here. I believe it's in the end of the fall this year, but it's got his own twist on it, where you look at this social media not just as somebody posting messages about going to have lunch at Bistro 100 or what have you. It's very interesting how he's putting all of this together. If you look at his YouTube channel, you get a little bit of a sense of his personality and his sense of humor, and just how direct and straight up that he is. You know, he's also in the tech background, so he knows what he's talking about when it comes to tech and a lot of the pundits that are out there, and very opinionated, and I love it because he's straightforward with it and he don't pull no punches. So check out Lauren Feldman on 1938 News or on his YouTube channel. Lauren Feldman was acquainted to me by Dan Patterson via Google+. Dan Patterson is over on CoPoint, and I have a lot of respect for Dan for his shows that he produced at CoPoint, ranging from different tech news and tech reporting, and it's really journalistic and professional and fun. And then he has stuff dealing with like Minecraft or just iOS or political. It's a really good site and studio that he's got put together over there. He's formerly with ABC, so you know where his track record is there. He's pretty solid guy, and I appreciate meeting him and the assistance and pat on the back and encouragement that he's been giving me here recently. Thank you, Dan. Next up, my man Jeremy Lesniak. Jeremy Lesniak is the managing editor at anewdomain.net, but he's also an entrepreneur in Vermont for Vermont Computing. And day to day he deals with the same idiocy that I deal with, but he handles it way better than I do. So I give him a lot of props on that. He's a real cool guy when it comes to his entrepreneurship and professionalism, but even more so being the managing editor, he is pushing me to be a better writer, because all of you know I am not a writer. I had a little mindless blog, but I'm not a writer. And Jeremy believes in me, and Jeremy kicks me in the ass if he needs to, and I dig that. And Jeremy, I appreciate you for that, man. I'm wanting to be a better writer, and you got me on that path, bro. Jeremy is friends with another guy I'm acquainted with named Claude Stone. Claude Stone works over at Vermont, well, in Vermont, for Morse Maple Farms Sugar Works. I know my good friend, who I will mention here later, she doesn't like maple. I'm fine, I get that. But Claude and Morse Maple Farms are really good people and been very nice to me, and I feel like I got a pretty good relationship with those guys, and I thank them for that. I believe Claude is 72 years old, but he knows his stuff when it comes to tech and comes to fitness. I mean, this man is, like I said, 72 years old, and he's out there still getting it done, working out and exercising and rowing, and I just wish I had the drive and motivation and heart that Claude has. Claude, I give you props, man, and I appreciate your friendship and your constant words of encouragement, man, over on Google Plus or LinkedIn or on Twitter. Thank you, Claude. Next up, Google TV friends and Chris Hollis. If you have a Google TV, you know Google TV is not a real big product right now. The community is really small, about like the Linux community. Google TV friends over on Google Plus and Twitter, they share a lot of information from different users, throughout the networks that have apps that they find, tools and shortcuts and whatnot, and just little tips to help make the cord cutting experience even better. I love what they're doing over there, and I appreciate them reaching out to me several times and sharing the information that I've had. Big ups to Google TV and Chris Hollis. Next up, Robert Marshall. Robert is, if you watch Yet Another Tech Show, Robert is our resident I guess you can say he's our regular in the chat room now. He's a big Apple fan. I'm not going to call him a fanboy yet, but boy, I'm telling you, Robert, you just daggum close to being a fanboy. Robert is a good guy, but he runs an men's apparel company, and Robert is very passionate about how men should look, and I can dig that, because you look at me half the time, I'm t-shirt and sweatpants or what have you, and I'm comfortable with that and whatnot, but there is a time and a place to look your best, and he strongly believes that, and he will push that, and I dig it. He was giving Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, hell because he was doing his keynote last Monday with his shirt untucked. He's a CEO of a company with his shirt untucked. He had no respect for that, and I get that, But check out Robert Marshall. He's on Twitter and Google Plus, and I'm going to link to his website for his clothing line, for a clothing apparel store. Next up, Carrie Kilborn. Carrie Kilborn is a friend of mine on Twitter. She's a Clemson fan. Me and her have been really, really, really tight. And Carrie, you know how much I care about you and how I feel about you, but Carrie, I always call her the social media queen. She never believes it, but she's big on this social media stuff. But right now she's been working on this project for the foodies. Website is called sheorderedwhat.com, where she has been going into these different restaurants across the country, and she sits down and just tells the server at the restaurant to surprise her. She never knows what she wants to order, and she just says, surprise me. And they bring out something, and she pretty much just reviews it and takes pictures of it and shares her experience. Pretty cool idea. But she also started Food Pen Thursday for Pinterest, and I think she's getting really good results on that. If you can, just spread the word for that. It's been a pretty cool day, being today is Thursday, and the stuff that I've seen that people have shared with the hashtag Food Pen Thursday in short, and give it a look. I'll put links to her stuff there as well. So thank you again, Carrie. Last but not least, I want to give a shout out to Matt Lee. I call him my or the super producer. Why? Because Matt produces about I think about five different podcasts on the web here, and he's doing it all with limited resources. I mean, I wish you could see his studio and know that the different tools that he's using, and then you look at the finished product. It's impressive. Matt, I give you props. Now, don't get me wrong, you're not working in Chateau Ghetto or anything, but for what you're doing, man, you really got it going on. I give you your credit. I love his shows, the Attack of the Androids, Buffer Overflow Show, the Jam Hole, the Hot Box. They're all really, really good shows. But Matt, thank you for having me part of the Yet Another Tech Show team and believing in me enough to even write the show notes, or are you just too damn lazy and say here and just make Anthony write them? I don't know. But either way, I'm glad to be a part of the team and glad to have you in my circles, man. You're good people. And lastly, I did a tweet or G plus post earlier today saying I appreciate every one of you guys in Googleverse and Twitterverse for your friendship and acquaintance. You really have no idea what it means to me. I don't have that many friends because I'm not the most sociable person. I'm usually just sitting at my couch or sitting in the recliner with my phone or sitting here at this desk doing my thing with this keyboard and computer and whatnot. But the interactions that I get from you guys, it's amazing when I look back at it, and it's a ton of you I haven't met in real life. The few that I have is basically through Clemson football, but the interactions are always very, very genuine. I don't get a lot of the spam bots and crap like that anymore. I get genuine feedback for whatever I stick out there, and I know that I may come off as spammy sometime from trying to promote Yet Another Tech Show and promote my writing, but understand I got to do what I got to do if I want to make my name big in this world here, and I believe in that. But the feedback that I get from you guys, just the chit chat and this stuff, I love it. I am truly, truly grateful for meeting all of you folks out there in the virtual world of the interwebs, even though I know half of y'all could be just batshit crazy, but I still love you, and I appreciate you guys believing in a brother and supporting me throughout everything I do. So that's it. I'm going to stick links down in the bottom of the video so you can check out the folks that I plug. I believe in those folks, so I wanted to share those folks. I think you should check them out. Maybe you'll like them, maybe you don't. Either way, go take a look. It might be something in there for you that you find of value, and let me know your thoughts. Feel free to leave me a comment below, and I'll catch y'all next time. Take care, y'all. Peace.